first two games you guys obviously have been into and ready for it, but I'm just wondering, does this week feel different with the opponent and their history and things like that?
I think we prepare for every game like it's one of the biggest games on our schedule. Because the most important game is the next game. But it's definitely a little bit intensified this week because we're going on the road for the first time, and we got a lot of young guys. So we gotta prepare like this is our last game or like this is our first road game, and like we got a lot of young guys.
How do you feel like you're playing personally? Seems like you're playing really well. You were a Butkus finalist last year, so you played really well last year too. How do you feel like you're playing so far this year, Raekwon?
I feel like I'm playing all right.
Just all right?
Yeah, just all right. To make a couple more plays here and there. Not really focused on like what I do individually, but how we play as a defense. And I feel like as a defense, we're playing real well right now. But this is just the beginning of the season. You want to be playing your best defense at the end of the season.
And you've got two new starters next to you. Chris Worley's now had a couple games under his belt. Obviously, Dante got hurt first game. Jerome filled in for him. Just talk about being a leader and helping those guys along next to you.
I mean, I've said it before, but Chris Worley is one of the older guys right now in the room. Not on the field-wise, but he's been in the program for 3-4 years. But having Jerome out there was a new experience. Not very experienced guy out there on the field. Been here for a year or so. But, I mean, he did well for his he did great for his first time starting in the shoe.
Raekwon, what does a goal line stand do for a young defense? Saturday didn't start off exactly the way the offense wanted to, Ohio State-wise, but you guys had that goal line stand there early and tackle on fourth down. What does it do from a confidence level for a young group?
For us on defense, it was a momentum swing because they were driving the ball on that drive.
Mm-hmm.
They got down in the red zone. We had just had a turnover on the other side of the ball. They got in good field position, was moving it, had the tempo going. And then to make that stop on defense, it really gave our team a momentum swing and really led to our surge on defense as well.
What do you guys have to keep in mind? Saturday, they've shown looks where they have Mixon and Perrine in the backfield along with Baker Mayfield, almost in a wishbone look, What is the key on Saturday when you have a team with two really outstanding backs? It looks like in a quarterback that can make you miss. What is the key on Saturday as far as like keys or whatever you want, thoughts, etc., about chasing them?
For us, it would be the tackle. You can't miss a tackle.
It's pretty basic, isn't it?
Yeah, down to the fundamentals. Taking on blocks, getting off blocks, changing the math. Somebody getting off a block and making a play, or if you're out in the open field with a good player like Mixon, Perrine, or Baker Mayfield, you just got to make a tackle.
And did you see Robert Landers kind of come of age Saturday? What did you notice about him specifically, his play on Saturday?
Yeah, he has great get off on the ball, and it makes it hard for the lineman. He's so low to the ground. You would think he's small or whatever, but he's so low to the ground, it's hard to block him. And when he's that low to the ground and we're doing what we do on defense and he's playing at a high level like that, it's going to be hard to stop.
Your secondary's gotten a lot of love. I was wondering if you could put into words how athletic Malik Hooker is.
He could play basketball here if he wanted to. Yeah. He could start on the basketball team. That's how I feel. He's that good of a player in basketball and, as y'all see, in football too.
What tells you he could start on the basketball team here? What is it about? Is it his ups? Is it his awareness? Is it all the above?
I think he was a state player of the year in Pennsylvania in basketball, not in football. So that just tells you about how good of a player he was.
Has he been a quick study for football, in your opinion? You only played football 2 years, I think, in high school and stuff. I mean, are you a little bit surprised by his instincts out there?
You hear stories about guys who just pick up football in 1 year. It's really more of a team thing. How the guys around him mold him and how the coaches mold him. He's been fortunate enough to have two great coaches, Coach Shiano and Coach Ash last year, who molded him and helped him become the player he is today, and the guys before him as well.
You guys lead the nation in turnovers gained so far with 9. Is that the ultimate? Well, it's not the ultimate goal to shut out a team, I would guess, but is that playing along with sort of like y'all's goals going into this season to create turnovers?
Yeah, most definitely. We've practiced that all summer, getting takeaways, getting momentum swings in the game, making plays on the ball, and take opportunity and chances when they come to you.
When you look at Oklahoma on film a little bit, you've seen Baker Mayfield. What jumps out at you? makes him the leader that he is for them?
He just extended plays. You know, when you think you got him on the ground, and when you think you held coverage for 5 or 6 seconds, and then he breaks out and creates another 4 or 5 seconds for his offense. It's just hard to play defense on one play for 10 to 12 seconds. So he creates more time on plays and more time for the receivers to get open.
Raekwon, this will be a big game, national spotlight, stuff like that. But for Oklahoma, they've already lost one. They're fighting to stay in national championships, stay in the rankings. To go into that environment with them fighting for their playoff life, how do you handle that, and how do you get everybody prepared that they're throwing it all on the line, even more so than just if you guys were coming in undefeated?
Yeah, I mean, during the summertime, it felt like we were the underdog in most of our game situations this year. But now rolling into Oklahoma, they're coming off a loss. Well, not last week, but the week before. They're coming off a loss, and they feel like they can prove a lot by beating us. I feel like. So if they go into the game and they give us their best, they feel like they can show the nation that they belong in the top ranks or in the playoff contention. So we just got to go in there with the mindset that we're away for the first time, like I said earlier, and do what we've been trained to do.
Raekwon, at the end of last season, like when you went into your off-season workouts this year, which of these two things was closer to how you felt about last season? We went 12-1, we beat our rival, we had a really good year, or we were a really talented team, we didn't win the Big Ten, we didn't make the playoff, we came like a little bit short of what we wanted to do. Which was your greater takeaway from last year?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to win the national championship and the Big Ten championship, but you always want to be thankful for the position that you're in and many blessings that you have. You know, we made it to the Fiesta Bowl. Not many teams can say that in the nation, and played in one of the New Year's 6 games. So it's only a handful of teams that make it there. So I'm very thankful for the Fiesta Bowl, giving us a chance to go out there in Arizona and have the opportunity. But at the same time, I did want to be playing in the national championship and the Big Ten championship. So kind of both a little bit.
Okay, because I mean, there's a couple guys here, the guys who are returning starters, you and JT and Pat, and the guys who have been around, who played a lot for a national championship team. So you know what it's like to be the best.
Yeah.
Then you played a lot last year, and you fell just short of being the best. And I just building up. Here's a game, right, where you get to show how good Ohio State might be, right? I didn't know if you were really looking forward to the chance again after falling just a little bit short last year to maybe show people how good Ohio State might really be again.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely another opportunity for us to show that what Ohio State really is too. Not only for our university and the college playoff system, but also to recruits that we're trying to get to come here at Ohio State. Expectations every year is to win a national championship and win the Big Ten championship, and we will be in the contention for a national championship. But I mean, like I said earlier, man, just Fiesta Bowl ain't that bad.
Raekwon,
Couple more for Raekwon.
did you ever go up against Orlando Brown in a high school game? I know he's an offensive lineman, but
Nah, he played in a different division than me.
okay.
I was in it's 6 divisions in
Right, he's in Peachtree. So
yeah,
it's a different
Peachtree division, like 6A. I was in 5A.
Okay.
Coming out of high school.
How much do you guys practice what happens after a pick or a fumble recovery? Because watching you guys after you get the ball, you almost look like an offense with all those blocks you're leveling and all that.
Yeah, we practice it every day. Every time we get a turnover or anytime the ball is on the ground, it's automatically a return type on our defense, or a return type play on our defense. Everybody gets to the sideline and begin to block for the teammates so they can go score.
Something like that? You guys yellow word or something to make
Nah,
sure
it's
everyone
just
understands?
Score.
No, it's just it's just a thing that we do, man. It's becoming innate in us. To every time we get a ball in our hands and one of the guys on our team's hands is somebody go find somebody to go block so we can go score.
Raekwon, JT's not too far. Oh, JT's on his way to being one of those guys who has his picture hanging up in here. Do you find yourself ever being a fan of his? Maybe in the second half, if you have time on the sidelines when you're not studying stuff, watching him and just kind of realizing what a talent you guys have there?
Nah, man, I see JT every day. I ain't no fan. But,
You haven't asked him for his autograph?
nah, never. But,
All right, thanks.
Real cool dude, but I'm not a fan of anything. But he's my
Not a
teammate.
fan of anything?
I mean, I'm not a fan or anything of him,
Okay.
but it's my teammate, man. He's on call at all times, and he's the team captain here, so we had a great relationship. He's like my brother.
Thanks, everybody.